I feel like we can't keep going without just
So
capturing that.
19, the thing I just asked AJ is what is raw dogging in reference to? Because it's a term I hate and people use frequently.
Well, talk about why you hate it. Tell me more.
It's a great question. I think it's gross sounding. I
Okay.
have the same reaction to it the way a lot of people don't like the word moist, which I couldn't give a shit about. But
Sure.
for I'm not sure why. I honestly don't know what moist does to people. Like, I don't get why that one's upsetting.
Yeah.
I think that there's some level of like perversion that people have with it, which to me, I'm like, well, that's wet, not moist. You're not like, oh, I'm so moist right now. That's not something I hope isn't something that's
Maybe you're not.
I'm mildly damp right now for you.
Damp. That's the word. We should all switch to just saying if you don't like the word moist, say damp instead. Gross. Yeah, I
Moist.
mean, do
Go
you
ahead.
I don't some people will insist that the moist thing is about the like phonetics of the word, not the meaning.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think for a lot of people it is about the meaning,
Yeah.
or maybe it evokes like a sensory
Yeah.
thing. Raw dogging to me, it's interesting that you associate those two together. I just assumed that you don't like the term raw dogging because it's like a gross way to refer to unprotected sex.
I mean, yeah, that is the core of it, but I think like which is why I connect it to moist because I do think that I thought that moist was disliked by most because
It
of
felt like vaguely
preference,
sexual.
yeah, or something like that. Come here.
Maybe.
Tony says hi. She's yelling.
She just wants to be a part of this conversation. She's like, I have an opinion. I'd
Well,
like to
what's
weigh
funny,
in.
right before we started recording, I she was laying on her back, spread eagle under the fan, and I was like, "Are we airing out our puss?"
She was feeling a little moist.
And literally, I mean, I walked past her like 100 times doing stuff, and she just kept like rolling her head to watch me walk by, not moving.
Honestly, when it gets hot out, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, are we damp?
Sometimes you just got to air it out.
Um, yeah. So I think, I mean, raw dogging because of the obviously like, I think it's like because it's pretty penis specific. I'm
Mm.
that initially is already like a to me. And then what are we doing up here? What's happening? What's going on? She's just walking around. Like what folks don't know is that my desk is tiny. I have a little vintage writer's desk, okay? Because not even vintage, a full fucking antique desk.
Yep.
And it is this wide, so like four of my heads wide and like two of my heads deep. And there's a laptop already on it, two drinks, and a light. So when she's taking a little stroll up there, there's not a lot of space for her. I'm like, what
No,
are you doing?
no. It's a bit precarious.
Um, but yeah, so yes, I think there's the penis, the like concern about it being naked, and I think it being like an active verb.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A naked penis being an active verb is concerning to me. I
Heard.
don't I don't like it. Give me flaccid all day. Just inactive, flopping around at best.
It's like it's fine if it's there, but inactive,
Yeah,
please.
let's have an inactive penis, please.
Yeah, got it.
The space is for inactive penises only.
Roger that. Sorry, 19. We're gonna have to mark this episode as 18 plus. I as if every single one isn't already. I was
Yes.
looking through and I was like, yeah, well, my because my children have searched for our podcast. They've been like, where is it? And I'm like, oh, you all have they all except for the oldest who doesn't care to listen to our podcast. the rest of them all have like content restrictions on
Right.
for like anything explicit.
No.
So like one of them found it, but they're like, why can't I listen? Like,
Oh, right.
well,
Yes. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think this is a lot less. I think this is better than any of the like even penis jokes
yes.
that any other person on YouTube that they might stumble upon would be saying. Anyway, that's all to say. I tried to shift it before we started recording to plain bagel,
You
and
tried to shift it and I
AJ
wouldn't allow it.
AJ said no. Um, she's just so into raw dogging.
I just love raw dogging so much that I also love, but I, by the way, PS, I do love that your sub in for raw dogging, for the sub in for an active penis is something with a hole in the middle.
Obviously,
Interesting. That's just
obviously,
interesting. That's all.
yeah.
I
And
just
it's
find
plain
it
bageling.
plain bageling. So Adriana's plain bageling it today, everybody. No headphones, no mic. We're plain bageling it. I'll commit to that. If you want me to commit to this, I'll commit to it hard.
I'm sure you will.
You're not going to hear the end of it. Buckle up. I hope everyone likes this term because we're using it. We're all on board. What you drinking there?
Smoothie. That
Nice.
my when you brought up the size thing of smoothies, and I was like, oh, here's the trick we use in restaurants for it. I was like, oh, right, I could be doing that too. I
You could.
I know, like I love that I was telling you that, and then I was like, oh, right, why am I not doing that? Because then I could contain my situation. So this is the pretty typical smoothie, but it has a green spirulina in it so that it's not as dark blue.
Okay.
Um, I'm using like this mix that was 50% off, but it was like an organic, like spirulina, matcha, and wheatgrass and moringa, like powder mix, which I'm suspect of, let's be clear.
Okay.
But it
Sure.
was organic, the brand was legit, and again, 50% off. So that's what we're doing.
Right
Um,
on.
but otherwise, mango, blueberry, rice, and or rice cauliflower and um what's the fruit that's like the tiny little juice pockets?
Pomegranate.
Thank you. Pomegranate juice.
Yum.
Um,
The tiny little juice pockets. I love that. That's what I'm going to be calling it now.
little juice pockets. And obviously like flax and hemp seed oils for the protein. I
Obviously.
had, I had half a bagel this morning, but my bell's been sensitive in the morning lately, so I um I only ate half of it, and then I was like, let's try to do something nice maybe for our body because it's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 months since I've done anything nice for this body. So
Mm.
that's not true. I bought bike shorts,
Yes. Ooh, we love bike
and that's
shorts.
very nice for my body.
So
So
nice.
it was when I was in Michigan this last weekend, and and I forgot a swimsuit, and I realized the last time I forgot a swimsuit was when my nieces, well, I didn't forget, I just didn't have one at the time when my nieces were visiting, and I was like, you know what, the perfect swimsuit is for me is just bike shorts and a tank top.
Yep.
It's like
Mm.
nondescript, it doesn't, and it dries the same way, like it works the exact same.
Love.
And it has the added benefit that now I can wear these bike shorts around. And yeah, and they're just like so unbelievably comfy, no chafing, and nice and cool in the hot summer breeze.
I love bike shorts. I'm such a fan, as you know.
Bar- I
Having been
lit
my friend through a summer, you
I
know.
truly literally I was like I had a moment of like, sorry, the construction is done on my apartment. So
Love.
it's exciting because there's more sunlight coming in now that
Yeah,
they're
what a thrill.
great. But they're currently taking down like the base structure that they had to build into the wall. So these are 6 by 6 beams that these two old men are on ladders.
Uh-uh. Sorry. Nope.
I'm trying not to stare because I don't want to like stare at them, but I'm also like, this is terrifying to me.
I know.
I mean, I will say they have been so smart. Like they tied ropes around it and put it around so it's like a fulcrum kind of situation. So even if they dropped it, it wouldn't be like the full weight of it on them. Love
Hmm.
that. Good thinking. They're almost all the way down the ladder with one of them, but like they both have to go down the ladders at the same speed, lowering this 6 by 6 feet.
It's
The
just
6 by 6 beam that is, I would say, about 14 feet long. So that's a
no.
very heavy piece of lumber. Um,
Can't deal with that. No, thank you.
Sorry for the distraction. I have no idea what we were talking about. Oh, bike
Bike
shorts.
shorts.
You know how like as a person in these bodies,
Hmm.
very frequently there's the question of like, how much is what I'm doing what I want to be doing or what the world is telling me to do, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
whether it's hair, bras,
Yep.
scent, makeup, you name it. You're like,
Yep.
something I want or the world has convinced me I want.
Yep.
When I got these bike shorts, I was like, is this something I wanted or did AJ convince me I'm a bike short person?
Well, listen, I love that. I love the comparison of like the pressures of society and the pressures of me.
It was great. I mean, you're a great pressure because yours is like actually like it's okay for your body to be comfortable.
Hmm. Be comfy, wear tight clothes. I mean, the thing for me with my uniform, which as you know is depending on the weather, bike shorts or leggings,
Mhm.
but like skin tight
Yep.
pants
Yep.
and that are high waisted, and then
Mhm.
either a black sports bra or a black oversized t-shirt or a black crop top.
Yep.
That's my uniform and it's comfortable. And there is something that has felt so freeing to me about just being like, I am fat. People know
Mhm.
that there's no amount of like I don't I'm like I feel so excited to escape the prison of like what is flattering.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my God. It's just like this is what my body looks like. And I
Yep.
could spend a lot of effort trying to hide it and still people will be still be able to perceive me in the world
Absolutely.
as it turns out. So why can't I just
They're also never going to like you being fat. So
yeah,
like who are we trying to please here? Like
literally.
like you're never going to satisfy fat phobia. It's always going to be fat phobia. And
Yep.
like I no, I mean for me this is a lot like the hair stuff. I'm just like I don't there are frequently times that I'm like I don't think this looks super cute, but I'm also just like I don't look at my hair enough. I don't think about it enough to care. Like it just and that was the freeing part for me was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whatever. Like I don't um yeah. Oh good, they got a net at the school across the street, like a volleyball net.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. They are playing on concrete, which stresses me out always, but that's all they have. Like there is no
Yeah.
surface outside of concrete, but I'm always like, I know what it's like to be playing like a chill game and then you get really into it, you dive for something, and like the idea of a kid diving on concrete is stressful to me.
Mm.
Um, okay, they're gonna get the last beam. Lord have mercy. I mean, they got the scaffolding down in like one day.
That shit stresses me out. I wouldn't be able to watch.
It's very, I mean, he's literally right outside my window, so it's like, um,
Why don't you just open it and just say, "Hey, excuse me, sorry, we're trying to record a podcast here, actually. Could you do that? This is a little disruptive, actually. Could you do this another time?"
I'm very curious how all of the sounds in my apartment are going to come through I've got an air conditioner running, an air purifier running, and the vent in the bathroom running. So it's just
Oh,
a lot of random things that make sounds happening in my apartment right now. Um,
I love it.
what's making you laugh?
What is making me laugh? Well, the most recent thing I can think of that really made me laugh was yesterday sending you a voice note in the morning being like, "Yeah, I had a pretty bad headache when I went to bed. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably like a 4. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and like I still had this headache and it was much worse. It was like an 8. It was like all of like radiating in like my teeth and like my neck and whatever. And I like took medicine and went back to sleep. And, thankfully ibuprofen helped. But like, wow, like what a bad headache. And then it went on to something else. And then in your voice note reply to me, you were like, that's a migraine. I kept saying as I was listening to it, it's a migraine. That's a migraine. You had a migraine. I'm like waiting for you to say migraine. And I literally was like, oh, yeah, that is what that is, isn't it? Wow, I had a migraine.
Yeah, that was definitely you were when you said in my teeth and that I'm nauseous, I was like, migraine. That's all that is. Like, there's just no other way that that's not that.
You had a
Um,
migraine. So that really, really made me laugh. That moment of like, oh, yeah, you're right.
is it, how are you feeling did you get rest?
I did get rest. I did
Okay.
get rest. I was up a little late with a kiddo who was struggling to fall asleep.
Okay.
But eventually, we all did get to sleep and woke up this morning, and it's okay. I'm in like a perpetual state of tired right now.
Sure.
Just like everything is exhausting. Laura said this morning, she was like, I don't remember what the full context was, but she was like, I think we might just be like tired in this season of our life. I think it's just like this is our time to like mostly feel tired.
So, I find that interesting because I feel like people who have like one baby would say that.
Yeah.
One singular fucking baby
Yeah.
are like, well, you just never sleep again, and you're just tired all of the time, and everything is that, and da da da. Remind me, what's your count right now? How many you got?
We've got 4, although some night occasionally we're having a fifth because
Exactly.
one of their siblings is staying over with us sometimes.
Precise.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say, I think your regular parent, and I would just say times four, but I think it works more like what the powers, like the
Yeah.
square cubed. I think it's more of that kind of math than it is just a regular like, oh, plus one, kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I would say that it's like a, I don't know, two cubed maybe situation that you're in, tired wise, from the parenting
Yeah.
angle. Let alone the fact that again you're doing it in a city where you can't just be like, everyone go outside,
Yeah.
which was a real solution for me growing up, was like, go
Oh,
outside.
absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. It's just it is also interesting. I like really sometimes do pause and think about like before I still remember when we became licensed as foster parents, but we didn't have any kids yet. And we had been told about our potential like first placement, who did become our first placement, um, a 3 and a 4-year-old. And I was telling one of my best friends at work about it, and he is a father of 3 and had kids like around similar age, and just was like, I remember him sitting there telling me like, wow, like I'm really excited for you, and like life is going to be so different,
Yeah.
like it like unbelievably so different. And he's like, and I don't know what it's like to go from 0 children to a
Yes.
3 and a 4-year-old. He's like, I only know what it is to go from 0 to one brand new one and then another brand. Um And I really just like on that side of it, I think intellectually I was like, yeah, of course it's everything's going to be
Yeah.
different. I mean, it's so much more responsibility. Like I had
Of course.
the theoretical belief about that and appreciation of that, and then just to like be on the other side of it and now be this far into it and having been doing it for so long, it's just like, oh, I can't even conceptualize being back on that other side of it anymore.
Of course you
Like,
can.
what was I doing? What? And I know I filled, that's also the thing is like your life will and your responsibilities will expand to fill the container that you give them.
Yeah.
And so I think like,
Or your
and
mental illness will. One of the two.
well,
In
I
my
mean,
case, my mental illness container just wildly, it just expands constantly. It's crazy.
the mental, well, Adriana, I would say the mental illness is a responsibility that we have. There's that. That is something we are responsible to. But I
Mm.
think like, yeah, I think like it's interesting because yeah, a person who has a brand new baby probably is like, holy shit, it's so wild to shift from not having to keep anyone but myself alive to like, oh, this thing will die without me.
Totally. I
Yeah.
mean, I think for me, I'm like, I obviously don't know what that's like. And there's just a big part of my brain that's like, I've never been confused about what that commitment would be.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Uh-huh.
That's just never been confusing to me.
Yeah.
It has never once been like unclear to me that it's a forever, truly forever commitment.
Yeah.
Like more than marriage, more than anything like that, where you're like, no,
Yeah.
we can break up with the government. It's fine. Like, if we decide we're done with each other, fuck off. But
Yeah.
the, like, I mean, I remember when I was little, like looking at my parents and being like, and like even very little when I was obsessed with baby dolls and like taking care of them and did so in very realistic ways.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like a fun doll play. I was like, no, we have to do their laundry now. They need a diaper change.
Joey's not going to have anything to wear.
Joey will not have anything to wear if we don't do laundry tonight. That's just not. And so it was like very realistic play. And so, one would imagine that I was like really excited at the idea of being a parent. But truly, I remember I have memories of being young and looking at my parents and being like, oh, they have to give a shit about me forever. That's
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and I still like this is weird and fucked up, and I have guilt over it. I'm like, I wish they could
Mm.
just be like, whew, well, we did it. You're alive. Get the fuck out. Live your life. Do your thing. And some parents do that. but like,
Yeah.
um, but it was abundantly clear that they never would. And yeah, I was like, no, I don't think this is. I think I also this is fucked up too. But at a very young age, I realized like I I would not be able to handle the kid hating me or leaving me.
Mm.
I was like, I
Mm.
will not be able to handle it. And that's also part of my guilt with my parents is I'm like, I don't know how they handled it.
Mm.
And like, it's
Yeah.
natural. It's what we do. But I'm like, nope, no thanks.
Yeah.
I'd rather have cats that are absolutely obsessed with me and mostly resent everyone else.
I love it. I love it. Okay, wait. We all got here through migraines, by the way. That was the first place we went. But what's making you laugh?
Um, what is making me laugh? Um, I'm gonna say something that I already told you in a voice note, but I listened to it again this morning, another episode this morning, and it just really made me laugh. There's a podcast called The Foreign Report, and it's two hosts literally doing current event politics kind of coverage, specifically of foreign politics, but and policy. But they, as they say in every episode, like foreign policy is domestic policy, and they're both comedians, but one has a law degree and one has a journalism degree. And so they both have lived multiple lives in these other sectors and are just very smart, competent, and capable people. Anyway, it's become probably my favorite political podcast. And they have a segment on every episode where they just cover anything about JD Vance. And it is they have like an opening little song for it that's like excuse me, what the fuck? It's
What?
called the little song is like, give him a chance, it's JD Vance. No way, he sucks. it's just like the most
He does suck. Oh God.
it's just like the most like drive time radio shtick. And it never doesn't make me laugh just hearing that little piece. And so this morning when I was on my walk and I was listening to their episode again, or I was listening to their episode from yesterday, I was like, so fucking funny, dude. It is so funny. I do also just recommend the podcast. They do a great job of staying yes, they're both funny, but they like literally cry on episodes because shit is fucked. And like, they're not doing a podcast where it's like, we have to figure out how to make everything funny. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
sometimes they can make it light. Other times they're like, this is too intense right now. I don't have a funny thing to say about it.
Yeah.
And they have really good guests on that, like multiple books that I have saved to read are authors that have come on there and experts that have come on there. Um,
Love.
so anyway, but that part of it does every single time make me laugh and give him a chance. It's JD Vance. No way, he sucks.
I thought,
I kind of just want to talk about politics in that way. You know what I mean? Like just those dumb, like bro phrases, man. Like,
oh my God.
not even like fuck you. It's like he sucks. It's just such a bratty way to say it.
I I saw something about him getting booed giving a speech to like the Air Force Academy or
Yes.
something.
Yes.
And him literally saying like, you can't boo me. I'm the vice president of the United States. And I that little jingle immediately came into my head.
Like honestly, even if you don't end up listening to a Foreign Report episode, I'll send you the timestamp and you can listen to just that part because you'll die. Like it's so fucking good.
That's amazing. Oh my
Anyway, yes, the
God.
Foreign Report. If you want politics that aren't um that aren't neolib billionaire dick sucking bullshit PSA people. Um
Billionaire dick sucking bullshit.
that's what it is. They love it.
Incredible.
They only
Incredible.
recently started saying that they like maybe we shouldn't like billionaires. And yet I'm listening to all
Oh
their
God.
fuck out of here. I can't. It's like I really do believe in people changing, but I'm like part of that is the restorative justice part where you have to say what you did wrong in the first place. Like if you can't tell me what you did wrong in the first place, how do I know that you know you changed? Do you know what happened here? Or are you just picking
No.
something to say?
No,
Anyway,
they just want to say the words we're sorry to be able to say they're sorry. I'm distracted right now by a crow in the tree.
tell me about your latest bird sightings. What's up? What's up? Who's out there?
Well, I think so one of the crows is out there right now, one of my crows. This is the closest they've ever come. So this is very exciting. Um, we've had a rainy week or so, so the birds have not been at the feeders as much. But yesterday I refilled the sunflower kernels in one of my feeders and we had some visitors. This morning, this morning we're sitting here. So I was in here with the toddler. We're like getting dressed and getting ready for the day. And I had been uploading our episode last night before I went to bed, our like the one that's
Yeah.
posted today. And
Which
so
I just did the YouTube one while we were talking a minute ago. So sorry, everyone. But it's up now.
I think everyone's probably really upset and they're coming to
Right
this
now, and
episode.
this one in a month, I'm gonna be really upset.
So upset. Um, no, but it was up, and so she saw your face and was like, "Where's Adriana?" And so then I played the episode while she sat here and played with my necklaces, which I then had to come untangle because they were sitting on the desk, and also like just had an explosion of art supplies on the desk. But I'll send you a picture. I took a picture of her sitting here watching, mostly watching you, and she was talking to you while it was going. She thought we were on Zoom.
I'm gonna
Hi,
give her
hi, Adriana.
she's got she's got input on the things we were discussing.
She's got opinions, just like Tony.
She does have opinions. Tony, by the way, is just figurating between my legs right now. Has been for the
Well,
last like 5 minutes.
it helps her feel safe.
She won't just like come up here, but whatever. You do you, babe. Um, yeah. I was very excited that this weekend I got to see a lot of birds that I thought you would appreciate.
Yes.
The two Baltimore Orioles, which,
Such a treat.
dude,
Such a treat.
two of them just fucking around in this little field right by the pool at the house I was staying at.
Do you get to hear them singing?
Um, it's a good question. I don't remember their song. What I do remember song-wise was that, first of all, do you call them herons or cranes? Do you personally? The tall legged
Heron.
bird that's in water, that stands in watery places with long, long legs.
I think herons.
Yeah. We always grew up calling them cranes.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but anyway, that
Are
it's
they are they different names for the same thing?
a great question. I think they are because every time someone points at something and calls it a heron, that's what I would call a crane. But I could also be told.
Interesting.
Anyway,
No, I mean, interesting. Okay.
we saw one when we were walking along Lake Michigan that let us get like very close, which was cool. But then when we were in the hot tub one night, two of them flew over so low, and you could see like the details in their little feet, and like flew
I
over
love.
and did their call, which I've never heard before. I don't remember what it was specifically, but I remember being like, it literally, they looked and sounded prehistoric. I was like, this is a prehistoric bird. This is truly a dinosaur, you know?
That's so
It was
cool.
amazing. Yeah. It was a really good like nature weekend for sure.
Mm,
Um,
restorative.
yeah, and I appreciated that the people I was with, we all kind of aspire to the same amount of nature. Like
Yep.
we're not trying to go camping.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not pitching a tent.
No, absolutely not. And but we had a lovely walk along the lake. No one's, but also people are precious. You know what I mean? Like we walked and we had to walk through like 2 feet of water at one point, and it was just like no one questioned it. It was like,
Yeah.
look, roll up your pant legs. We're walking through, you know?
Yep.
Um, and I found a lot of good rocks. I might
Yes.
ask Monica if I can borrow her rock tumbler.
Shout out, Monica.
Shout out Monica, shout out her tumbled rocks, just her rock knowledge in general. Um, I got very excited when I was researching the rocks I found. And I think I might take a rock trip to Michigan very specifically just to look at rocks.
I love that.
Yeah. I always underestimate how, I mean, it's like an hour and a half drive to get to
Yeah.
like what feels like a totally different situation, you know?
Yeah.
Bananas. Um, but yeah, it was a really lovely weekend with great people and nature.
I love that. Biggest nature encounters this weekend actually happened at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson Township, New
They
Jersey.
often do. They often do.
It was a great adventure indeed. I also was with a lot of people, like it was my child who turned 15, his girlfriend and her parents and sister, and then his best friend and the best friend's mom. And so it's me and other adults who aren't around me a lot. You've infected me, by the way, with your throat clearing. Thank you for that.
You gave it to me for
Um,
there.
and I was like being a huge bird nerd, and they were all kind of like, "Oh, okay." Like I at one point was like, "Oh, these are laughing gulls. There's so many laughing gulls." And I was like, "These are laughing gulls, this like they're called that because they said it sounds like a laugh or whatever." And they were like, "Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, like what do you the girlfriend's dad was like, "What do you like about them specifically? Is it just the laughing?" And I was like, "Well, I kind of like that their markings look like they're wearing, like you said, like the executioner's
Yes,
hood." And he was like, "Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that."
hilarious.
Like, yeah, thank you.
I love it.
Um,
It's a good question to ask.
yeah. What do you love about Laughing Gulls? A bird related clothing brand that I like has released a new line of hats, and one of them is a laughing gull hat. And I'm like, I really don't, I've bought several new hats recently. I don't need another one, but I want it.
Here's the thing though. In late capitalism, I feel like it's all going to shit. It's not like you're buying a new hat on Amazon.
That's true. It's true, but
And who
I
else
don't
is
know.
support the Laughing Gull hat manufacturing? If you
Oh dear God. I really want it, but I think I'm not gonna get it. I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna try to wait another month before I buy another hat. Because I bought the one at the Whitney, and not that long before that, I bought the one from the MoMA. So I'm like, I need to take a break. I also already have a bird hat from the same fucking
right?
brand. So I don't need it.
I mean, I will support you in whatever way you want on this, but much like you frequently tell me, you're not, if I'm looking for someone to make me hold strict boundaries with myself, you're like, your words to me where you're gonna have to tell me that specifically because my instinct isn't gonna be to tell you not to do things you want to do.
Dude, I I reposted something today on Instagram, and now I'm gonna find it to read it because it feels very related to this. Oh, I'm scared to open social media because I'm getting hacks spoilers and I haven't watched the finale yet.
Oh, oh shit, it did just come out, didn't it? Last
Last
night.
night,
Uh,
yeah.
when you said hacks, I thought you meant like someone's hacking your shit. And
No, 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 no.
I was
No, I'm
like,
not I'm not
I
being
was like, so
hacked.
you're just avoiding going into it? That doesn't seem like the solution.
AJ, that doesn't seem like it's gonna fix anything, but okay. No, the show Hacks, which had its series finale last night, which I almost don't want to watch it because I'm gonna be so fucking heartbroken that it's over.
For the 19, what you don't know is that hacks is like, it's like, since I've known you, your number one repeat show. In the last year, there have been three different times that you've told me I'm watching hacks or
Yeah,
rewatching hacks.
yeah.
It's like a real, again,
Yeah.
yeah, you have an interesting choice for repeat shows though.
Well, yeah, I rewatch shows that send me through emotional turmoil or shows that I have completely like memorized, and so they're a comfort show.
Totally.
Um, I do love Hacks. Okay, wait, but the thing that I was looking for, it's so this is the tweet. Healthy zucchini brownies. Did you
Mm.
know that our lives are short and beautiful, and someday they'll find your bones, and no one will be able to tell from your skeleton what sweetnesses you stole from yourself?
Oh my God, I love it.
That's my take on like I know I shouldn't have this because it's bad for me, or I shouldn't spend my money on this thing I really want, or whatever. I'm always just like,
Yeah,
someday you're gonna die.
right.
But I also, with this hat, I'm like, okay, let me talk to myself for a minute about this. Do I have a hat with a bird on it already? Yes. Do I wear that hat very often? No. Do I need to add another one in the rotation that's also not going to get worn very often? No. Do I have multiple hats right now that I'm very happy with and have a hard time choosing between on like every day? Yes. No, I don't. I don't need another hat. I'm going to get the laughing gull tattoo anyway, so then I won't need laughing gull attire. It'll be on my body permanently.
Or or you need an entire outfit of laughing gold. Just fire.
God damn it. You're just an enabler. At this point, you're just enabling me.
This is it's Gemini season. This is my Gemini nature, is I can tell you the opposite of anything. Um,
Oh, you can be a contrarian. Cute.
um, I no, that may I get it. I mean, I'm my thing with all of that is, and I aspire to be more like you and this poster, because I obviously like the disordered eating thing is forever. But um I've definitely gotten a lot better. And it's like always the like, I know I want pizza for the fifth night in a row. How are we feeling? Let's check in on that. How are we feeling
Yeah.
now that we've done this to our body? And
Yeah.
so it's like a gift and a curse, because I mean, I honestly, the more that I think about like astrology and stuff, I'm like, it's really in my chart that I would be, that like even eating isn't simple. Like
Yeah.
nothing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like taking a nap isn't simple. Eating isn't simple. Like all the regular shit you have to do. I'm like, how can I put that on 10? You know? And sure do.
Yeah, dude.
Tony's been awake for like an hour. It's bananas.
Not no naps?
Actually, let's see, what time is it? It's 9:50, so she's been awake for almost 2 hours. Look at you. She just did a big sigh. So I'm guessing we're getting close to nap time.
It's like, finally, you noticed me. I've been trying to get you to pay attention to me.
Oh gosh, I have to do more shaving on her. She has mats on her chest, which I'm very nervous about that part because her mouth is very close to there. Um, at
Well,
least
if
that,
you
like,
need someone to help, I theoretically, we won't talk too much about it, but theoretically, I might be in the same place as you soon. That's it. We're not saying anymore. Not jinxing it. Um, but
yeah.
maybe that's a two-person job. What in the actual fuck? There is, okay, for those who don't know, my window that I'm looking out of backs up into like the backyards between a bunch of buildings on this block and the block behind. Tons of trees. I have in my backyard a maple tree, an elm tree, and a mulberry tree. But somewhere there is a tree that is, I assume, a tree that has like little cotton-like
Yes.
little
Yep.
fluffy things flying by, and they're just drifting by my window like snow.
Yep. We had that. I almost took a video of it for you. There was an entire yard covered in it that looked like it was I mean it looked like fake snow, big time. Yeah.
That's
I'm trying to
wild.
remember what tree that is. It a cottonwood that does that?
Yes, it says, okay, yeah, Eastern Cottonwood. And it says they do have some. I'm looking obviously NYC tree map. Duh.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think they're fairly common.
yeah, they are. And there's like 1,000 or so in the city apparently, but I don't know. I mean, the hard thing too is that on the tree map, it's only the ones that are planted like by the city, the public ones. But then, like obviously, this is a backyard, so
Right.
it's coming from.
There's so my sister's super allergic to cottonwood, like to those little puffer dudes. I'm not actually that allergic to them. It's amazing. I mean, I think I'm allergic to something right now, but I walked through a bunch of those blowing in the wind
Mhm.
to no effect. So that was nice. But I remember when my sister was making her video for um college recruitment for softball.
Mm,
And so we, went to this field and she did like pitching, hitting, and she also played outfield. So she did some outfield work and stuff. But the outfield was the back of it was like lined with cottonwoods. And she just like couldn't breathe through this entire process.
no.
To this day, if you
No.
bring up that video, she's like, oh yeah, you mean when I like couldn't breathe the entire time that I was having to like sprint and like literally dive and catch fly balls and shit. Like she did a great job. It's a really good video and it worked. She got accepted at a school for softball, but like um at what cost? I mean,
But at what cost? That's wild. Yeah, I don't know.
I am in that video by the way, and I talk about an outfit that like what are some choices were made.
Oh, say more.
So there was this weird moment in softball when things shifted from wearing the baseball style pants to wearing basketball style shorts for softball for fast pitch and specifically in the travel world, but ultimately into um, high school as well. Um, you wore sliding shorts, which are basically bike shorts with extra padding on the sides, so that when you
Hmm.
slide, you don't tear your skin off. Um, and you wore tall socks and additionally a sliding pad that when you went up to bat, you pulled up so that you could also protect the bare skin up around your knee when you slid. This was all very imperfect art. You almost always tore something off, but whatever. Again, worth it apparently. So, um, we're in this like my sister and I were in that like transitional generation of softball, and I had these like basketball style shorts, but there was also this like they weren't baggy and long like basketball shorts were at the time. They were like mid thigh, but they were that shiny material and like kind of baggy, but kind of tight and just a little all over the place, right? So I'm wearing
Hmm.
those shorts. I'm wearing tall stirrup socks, sneakers, my cross country running sneakers, which were like, um, well, they were kind of grayish actually. And oh, and the stirrup socks were white with red stirrups. So with grayish shoes, the shorts were red and black, and I'm wearing like a white t-shirt that says something on it. I don't know. And I don't know when or oh, it was when I did our home videos. I digitized all of our home videos a couple of years ago,
Cute.
and that was one of them. And I was like, what on earth? What on God's green earth was I thinking? It was incredible. Quite the look. Quite the look.
That's amazing. I feel like I have many moments when I look at my younger self that I'm kind of like, hmm,
Yeah.
we were doing something. I'm not sure what, but we were doing something with that.
I mean, in outside of sports, I was very much like a trying to be weird person. So I wore tall striped socks
No.
with like cut off pants almost every day. I had the baggy goth pants, but they had a zipper off at the knee. So
Oh
I zippered
yeah.
the bottom and wore rainbow knee socks, and I had rainbow platform shoes and
Obsessed.
whatever like shirt with writing on it that like I one of my favorite shirts to this day that I'm like, if I had it, I would still wear it. I mean, I wouldn't fit in it now, but if I had it at this size, I would totally wear it. Was those shirts that had like the hand drawn? It looked like black shirt, white, but it looked like someone had just drew stick figures on it with like snotty phrases.
Yes. Yes.
Um, it was one of those, and it just had like a little stick figure of a factory and someone like sliding out the like production line, and it said jerk factory, and then an arrow pointed to the person and said you. And I would totally still wear that. I love it. I think it's hilarious. It's
Jerk
awful, and it
factory.
truly makes me laugh. Like the idea of a jerk, like just like even that phrase, jerk factory, so stupid. I love it.
Jerk factory. Obsessed. Oh my God. Um, okay. Because I'm not keeping track. Whose turn is
Yes,
it for a question? Is it mine?
it is technically yours, but I do have one in case you don't.
Well, I had a thought instead of a question, which would be that we pull a tarot card for the upcoming full moon that's in
I
a
love
couple
that.
of days related to, because I was, okay,
Wait,
if
what
you're
day is the moon again?
Sunday night.
Oh, it is. Yes, that's right.
Um, so if that's interesting to you, let's explore that.
It's really not. It's the thing. It just feels like you don't really get me. You don't want to know anything about me.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
you demonstrate no interest in me, who I am, my life, Tony's life.
I love that you're talking to me like a deadbeat dad right now. You demonstrate no interest in our child's life. Do you even know the name of her vet?
I mean,
Do you even
dead,
know what brand of food she's eating? Do
there,
you know?
deadbeat dad is in my pie chart. I don't know. I'm not actually that. Like, it's not the most active part, but there is definitely a sliver of deadbeat dad in here.
You and I both have like at least a small portion of scumbag in our chart for sure. For sure. And the rest of the pie chart works really hard to like
Keep that shit in
keep
check.
that part in check. But there's a chunk of scumbag in both of us for sure.
Chunk of stuff.
And the scumbag in me sees and honors and communes with the scumbag in you. Okay?
Okay, but let me go pee first. One second. I know. I'm aware that I'm a burden to you.
Well, go think about that. So,
I know they're loud. I know. She keeps staring out the window like, shut up. They had to bolt that. Those beams were bolted into the brick wall. So now we have to get those out. It's a noisy process.
well, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, okay.
So, this full moon, there's a
Yes.
couple things to know about it.
Okay.
It's happening Sunday, May 31st. Okay, so I guess it's Sunday in the wee hours of the morning, actually. But it's a full moon. It's a blue moon because it is the second full moon of the month. Sometimes a calendar month has two full moons in it, and this May is an example. So this is a blue moon, and it's occurring in Sagittarius. And for you and I, Sagittarius falls in our second house of assets, resources, finances,
I do
concrete assets and possessions.
I do plan on getting a lottery ticket this weekend, so that's good.
Oh, good. So let's see. So strengths of this placement, the ability to perceive material possessions and personal values from an elevated perspective.
Mhm.
Um, a positive shift in the understanding of material wealth as related to personal worth. So basically, Sagittarius is like freedom loving. It's like thought of as being like a little spontaneous, a little like wanderlusty. And so to have that in our second house of like assets, finances, personal resources means, this is my understanding anyway, means we have sort of a non-traditional relationship with the idea of like income or money. It can sometimes mean we're impulsive. That's like the shadow side of it. Okay. It can
None of
sometimes
that.
mean, no, for sure not me either. Um, but it also means that we don't tie our sense of self-worth and identity to money, to objects, to wealth, any of that, which
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah.
Um,
It'd suck if we did
so
at this point.
but it also, I was also reading something today that was saying that like it also can mean that we are likely to invest like money and resources into our own self-exploration and personal growth, which I know like I strongly identify with that. And I think
You
that
mean when I
also
quit my job and went to grad school and took out like 30,000 more dollars worth of loans just to find out if I wanted to do grad school or not? No regrets.
listen. So that's where we're having this full moon
Okay.
happen. And so full moons are moments of like culmination, of cycles being completed, of things being illuminated. Another astrologer, not Chani, but another astrologer I like, whose name is Eliza Kelly. I was listening to her talk this morning about, how before different before technologies existed to have us be able to travel in the dark, people
Sure.
would travel, they would plan their travel around full moons because
Of course.
everything is illuminated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like also, in a more not so concrete sense, full moons are illuminating. So there's something in this area of our life that could be illuminated by this full moon. So that's the question that I want to ask to the cards.
Is what's going to be eliminated?
Yeah, like just tell us a bit more. What do you think? Should we pull one
Let
card
me get,
for the both of us, or should we each pull one?
let me get my deck. Um, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's in my bag. I was like, why is it not just sitting here? Because I took it somewhere. 1 second.
We're traveling with our decks. Okay. So as Adriana is finding their deck, I am asking mine to tell me a little bit more about what's going to be illuminated. What can I expect, or what should I be thinking about during this blue full moon?
Do we want to do one card from yours and then one from mine, or how we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
That sounds great. Okay.
Okay. Did you already
Oh,
pull?
all right. I got one jump, literally has jumped out of the deck. I love when that happens.
I did too. Yeah.
King of Pentacles for me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So I love that, like, some of the time that we do this, we'll pull a card and it's like death, destruction, everything ending. Oh, okay. King of Pentacles. Keywords boisterousness, cleverness, enduring. Okay. Within a closed, sturdy archway are contained Mercury and the Sun.
Mm.
The sun creates a halo for this king who sits amongst blue lotuses and looks off into the distance. The lotus in Buddhism represents wisdom and the final resolution of the soul over the limits of the physical self. This is fitting, as now we have come to the true completion of the suit of pentacles and now reach toward the realm of the spirit. Through lots of hard work, so much trial, effort, pain, setback, and suffering, we have finally arrived at a very interesting place where all we wish for has been gained, but we understand the infinite nature of longing. It will never cease, so we may as well
Mm,
be satisfied, no matter what happens. This means that no matter how big or small our success, no matter if in the end it looks like what we had imagined, it's all good. As long
mm,
as we can communicate our desires effectively and be clever with our energy, we can be happy. When we receive this king, we are being encouraged to see the value in all stages of the work we do. We are being asked to build something slowly, methodically, passionately, and bear witness to our personal growth on all levels along the way. The pentacles are about planning and longevity. So it stands to reason that the short sighted flip side of this card would be impatience, recklessness, and fortuitous gain. To amass admiration and wealth from no real substance, providing the illusion that we've got it all when really there's nothing of true value there. These illusions are quite abundant in today's world and they are easy to create. Strive to be a person of substance by working in a way that actually places nose to grindstone. And my mantra is I shine my soul through my work.
how's that sit with you?
I get this card, I pull this card all the time. All
Really?
the all the time. In the last since I've had this, I've been flipping through journals where I've like written down the cards that I've gotten from readings. And in the last year, half a dozen times this was.
Wow. What do you think that means?
I mean, I do think this is like a theme of my life. This is like a cycle of my life. I was saying to a friend yesterday who's talking about a big work project and kind of like wanting to complete that and wanting it to be great. And like once this is done, I can really finally feel good about myself and my work and everything. Um, and then this friend had the insight of like, but actually I know myself and like even if this goes really well, I'll probably be down on myself and find a reason that it wasn't good enough or like I'll think about the next thing. And I said to him, this is for me one of the like central tensions of life. As somebody who wants to achieve things and create things and put things into the world and create a family system of like a lot of stability and security and healing and all of these things, it's all like everything is a huge multi-step process. It's like it's a long game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the theme of like every stage matters, even the moments when it doesn't feel like, oh, amazing job, well done, celebratory, like there there still can be something to be grateful for in that. I think that resonates for me. Like I need that reminder often.
Yeah, I think I really like that. I mean, I think the feeling of satisfaction is harder and harder to come by.
Yeah,
And I don't think it's just an individual thing. I think it's like culture. Like we are building a culture that is
absolutely.
intentionally designed to ensure that you never feel satisfied so that you
Absolutely.
keep either grinding away for a corporation or buying from a corporation. And um, I authentically think that's one of the reasons that people are also like lonely
Yep.
because I think we confuse like satisfaction with perfection
Yeah.
and ease. And yeah, it's really fascinating to think about that. Yeah.
It's like, and it's the performance of it all. I think that is so interesting to me is like and thinking about it back to where in our chart this is all happening and the like the money of it all, the like material possessions of it all. Um, it is it's performative, a
Yes.
lot of it. And I think things that are performative can be like really fun if you're clear on like the fact that you are performing and
Right.
like what that's for. But then
Right.
I think when you mix up these like performative elements into your own sense of self-worth and like, am I good enough?
Yes.
We exist in a cultural marinade that like is set up so you never feel good enough because if you feel good enough, you won't buy shit anymore,
Yeah.
you know?
And you won't work as hard.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
exactly. You will,
they
yeah,
need you to think that you're a good worker when you stay after hours.
yeah,
I mean, this is one thing I want to give Gen Z mad shout out for is that they're
yeah,
like, fuck that.
yeah,
Like that, and I mean, and it is hard. It's hard as it's definitely a generational gap that I find challenging in workplaces. But they're right. I'm aware the whole time I'm like, you are
yeah,
correct.
yeah,
All of my training and instincts around this are fucking wrong. And
yeah,
they counter to my values and beliefs. And you are absolutely correct. And I have to figure out how to get like I mean now both sides have like flips, right? Like it's also good to work hard
sure.
on something and lose and like and realize that it was still valuable to work hard or like work
Yeah,
hard on something and feel the satisfaction of like achieving something. But
yeah.
I but the whole just like grinding bullshit, I'm like mad props to Gen Z for being like, no.
Won't be doing that.
They're like,
Yeah.
our adolescence was through a fucking pandemic that y'all fucked up.
Yep.
So, and you didn't give a shit about us during it. So, sorry. I
Yep.
don't think we'll be working our asses off for you. Thank you so much.
No. Well, and there is something, I mean, there's something very profound in that, I think, about this idea of like your somebody else's like values run counter to my programming. What does it mean to like stop and assess? Like, wait,
Yeah.
what actually is values aligned for me versus what is like in uncomfortable tension with how I've been programmed? And then like it, what I feel like a lot of people do is be like, well, Gen Z is lazy. They don't want to work or like whatever, which is like
No
that
one
to
wants
me.
to work. No one wants to work. Every fucking boomer that I've ever heard, my entire life was boomers bitching about work. And
Well,
I
and this,
think it's true for all of us in our generation. All like every adult at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, at any gathering of adults, what did they do? They sat around and bitched about work.
but and it's, there is cultural programming of like, that suffering is a rite of passage.
Exactly.
And what if instead we said, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's different than what
Absolutely.
I've internalized. And
Yeah.
instead of
Uh-huh.
like treating you like there's something wrong with you, what if instead I said, ooh, I'm gonna sit with the discomfort of the
Yeah,
tension,
that's right.
and then maybe I can learn something
Yeah.
from
And
how you're approaching it.
I will also say there's also, I think, a bit of class to this too, that like there are certain people that I've worked with from Gen Z that um I mean, I'm thinking of one person in particular right now that I have to actively tell them to take time off.
Yeah.
Like they are, but when I think about the way they were culturally raised, I'm like, you're like a defected Gen Z. Like you got the millennial education on how to work.
Yeah.
And but I do think that like I mean, yeah, 100%. And we do this in all aspects of our life. Like we always think that like, well, I went through it. I think everyone does this, right? Of like, well, I lived through this or,
Yeah.
we ate endless plastics growing up and we're fine. Turns out we're not. Everyone's in our generation's dying of cancer, so that's fun. Um, like there's that energy of like, I survived, it'll be fine. And it's like, okay.
Well, and even beyond that, like it's I survived and it was fine when actually it wasn't. Or yes, I suffered through it, and so you should also have to suffer.
Yeah, I
you
mean, I think
know?
it turns into, I think it starts in one place and ends up in
Yeah.
another of like,
Yeah.
let me express my anger of having to have gone through that by wishing it upon you, you know? And
Yeah.
I mean, this is why people don't, I complaining is so fun and we all love to do it.
Not me.
But when
I don't like it. I don't care for it. Keep going.
when people complain, as you know, I very rarely will give time or space to complaints about an experience with a working human
Sure.
without giving context. It is totally okay to say, my experience at this place was shitty due to the way this person who was working there behaved. Totally.
Sure.
I would like an asterisk put on that of they get paid shit to be at a shit job and talk to like shit.
Yep.
So I actually think they're doing the right thing by doing a shitty job at a job. And
Yeah.
to your point of like when I do my values assessment, I'm like, man, I'm also jealous. I'm like Ed has been telling me for years that not telling me, but he would just ask like, why are you doing so much? Like,
Mm.
even like
Yep.
applying to apartments in the past, he would be like, you are doing the most.
Yep.
And it's like in my brain, I'm like, that's what I have to do to like, I have to do it this way. I have to build security. This is the only way to do it.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm very envious of people who don't do the most or even do the least and
Yeah.
have just as much as I do and are doing just as well as I am, if not better, because they sleep better, they have less back tension, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's yeah, anyway, it's fascinating. Yes, Tony, I know. What's
Tony,
up?
what are your thoughts on materialism?
She did just meow back. Yeah. She's chatty Cathy. She
Mommy's here. I
both
know I'm
mommy.
far away.
Um yeah, that's really fascinating. Okay, I pulled a card as well.
Great.
So I got the Nine of Wands.
Okay.
Okay. So, which by the way, then when I opened my book, it opened exactly to Nine of Wands.
Ooh, okay.
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 Self-help books often define three types of boundaries: porous, rigid, and healthy. While a healthy boundary gives us a break from the need to always stand guard, a porous one may keep us scanning the horizon for incoming threats. The person the person in the Nine of Wands appears to have been hurt and as a result has built a wall to keep out intruders. Theirs is rife with gaps, therefore it's not enough to relieve them of their vigilance. It's also possible for a boundary to be too strong. A rigid boundary will mitigate the need to scan for threats, but may block intimacy and connection with others in the process. Boundaries
Ooh.
often involve experimentation. It's not easy work, hence this person's visible exhaustion. Like, shut up.
Shut up.
Um, it's worth it though, because identifying, communicating, and upholding a boundary is not only about self protection, it also protects others from the possibility that you'll explode because you said yes when you should have said no. And while
Mm,
coming up against a boundary may be distressing at first for someone who's not used to or expecting it, on some level, I like to think it will make everyone safer. A healthy boundary helps others know just what to expect from you, even if it means they choose not to engage.
interesting.
So,
Okay.
yeah, that one's, I'm not sure how to like, I'm connecting that to like the full moon and Sagittariusness of it all.
I mean, it feels like the boundaries, healthy boundaries is the like clear
Yes.
message that comes through. So I'm curious, like, does where in this realm of your life, in your assets, your resources, your finances, Chani also says that second house includes talents.
Oh, okay.
Um, where does it feel like you could use some boundaries?
Tony is just laying under my feet now. Just decided this is where I stay now.
We're working on boundaries with Tony.
I mean, always. That is just a losing battle. Every boundary I've tried, following all the rules that the internet told me, and she's like, simply don't care. This doesn't apply to me.
Nope.
Um, um,
A dove is currently flashing its asshole at me in the on the bird feeder. Like literally was looking at me and turned around and bent over and then looked back at me to like be like, "Are you looking? Do you see it?" And then flew away.
I'm gonna quote Lindsay here. You need to watch Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
And just know that, like, I think it's in season one, very early on, that will that will you will have a whole episode dedicated to that
Love
experience.
it.
Um, I mean, I'm always trying to set healthy boundaries for me with money. And it is tricky because, to your point, I don't like financial advice is never going to work for me because I don't value our system
Yeah.
in the way that anyone who advises on finances does.
Yeah.
Like, I'm also not an idiot. Like, I get it. I understand the concepts. I simply, like, I currently do not participate in the market. I pulled my retirement funds. I'm not putting any back in. And that's not just for fear. It's just the first retirement account I ever got, I remember they brought in an expert on like, and Chicago Care still does this. It's amazing. It's really a great feature or like thing that they do for us. But they bring in um, a person from the company that manages our retirement accounts,
Yeah.
and they give us an update on the market, but they also like do a Q&A with us about retirement funds and how to best do this and all of that. And I mean, it truly is like so nice of them to do that. They don't have to do that.
Yeah.
It is helpful. You learn a lot, and especially for first time, and like this is not stuff that they teach you at school, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and so really helpful. But the first time I Chicago Cares was my first retirement account, and I like just I mean, I was like the most annoying person in the room because I was like, okay, but what about this? But what about that?
Yeah.
But what about that? And they were like, and he was just like, basically, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just risk. And yes, you are investing in war machines, and you do better if they do better.
Yep.
You are investing in exploitative, like mining and just all the things, literally every single thing destroying our world, you're investing in, and you do better if it does better.
Yep.
And, you know, there's different funds that people have created now for like ethical companies and like all of this stuff. And there used to literally be a handbook, I'm sure it still exists, but that rated companies based on like racism, sexism, environmentalism, da da da, labor, all of that. Um, and not surprisingly, it's all bad. Like there's really like the tiniest number of companies that are actually public and traded that are doing anything really good. And And I just don't want to play in it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see the, and I understand logically how people are like, that's short-sighted. Like, you're gonna be 6 years old and really fucking regret this and all of that. And I'm like, I'm sure there are so many things I'm gonna regret at 60. Um, this morning I regretted that I never saw Jay Reatard live, before he died. So that's a regret
Mm.
I have. It's like
Sure.
regrets are gonna come. I can't live
Yep.
my life based on that. And
Yeah.
but anyway, so I do try to have healthy financial boundaries, but within my own value system, which is complicated. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what other boundaries I like. Thinking about boundaries in relationship to assets and things like that, I'm like, I honestly don't know. I don't have a ton of assets. I actually technically have negative assets if we're being really real.
No, I don't want to be technical because I think same. No,
Got negative a lot of assets.
I pretend my student loans don't exist.
I mean, the other part of what was mentioned and what you were describing earlier is creative assets
Mm-hmm.
and thinking about it not just in terms of finance and all of that. And with that, actually, um, therapy this week was a lot about opposite action
Mm. Okay.
because, um, I mean, it was a lot about her validating me and my
Mm.
what I consider to be quite useless behavior lately. Um, and her being like, okay, and let's think about context. Let's think about what you do actually do. And let's think about like some of the health stuff that you're dealing with. And
Yeah.
like, let's hold all of the truth.
Let's let's give you a fucking break,
Yeah.
perhaps. Maybe.
Yeah. I was like, I don't see it, but okay. And but uh yeah, she was like, so opposite action is something she's like, you could try. Let's pick one or two things that you want to do that you're not doing right now. And let's practice opposite action with those one or two things.
Love.
Yeah. So that's a weird version of boundary setting, I think. Um, but a big part of it was comedy, obviously. It was like opposite action with that. Which
I
I'm less
love.
afraid about because I do feel like where I'm at with that. I'm feeling pretty good with where I'm at actually with that right now. So yeah.
That's amazing. So maybe
Yeah.
this full moon will bring you even more abundance in there.
Well, you offered to let me practice my set on you, and you best believe I'm going to. So
Yeah.
I was working on it again this morning because I just keep like futzing with it and like reordering things and um some of it you've heard, but and some of it still needs to be punched up a little bit, but I need to just like perform it so I can get the cadence so I can hear it and like see what comes out organically when I start singing it. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
That's exquisite. Okay. So I think I'm choosing to believe that this full moon will bring positive things and not is not a negative omen in any way. Apparently, it being a blue moon makes it extra good and extra supercharged.
I mean, I um I mean Chani only talked about it a little bit in this last week, obviously. But um I interpreted like most of it is very positive. So I was like, oh awesome, that's coming. We got that to look forward to.
That's
Just
right.
kind of my vibe. I was like, great, love that for us.
That's right.
Yeah. Plus
Good.
there's things happening that week That was me knocking on wood if you heard that.
Uh-huh.
Um, and 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 then the next week is my birthday. So I'm like, which I took off half a day. I'm not taking off the whole day because I don't really have any plans of any sort. But I also was like, honestly, what it is, I don't like talking to colleagues on my birthday. I don't like
You don't, because you don't what? You don't want to have the like slightly awkward happy birthday. What are you doing to celebrate?
they don't care. It doesn't matter, and that's fine. They shouldn't care. It's so dumb. I'm like, and I do it to people too, but I find it all very exhausting and stupid. I'm like, we don't need to talk about this. It's profoundly not relevant to anything we're doing here at work. So,
I love things where you contain multitudes. Just so you know, let me just reflect that back to you. You're so multidimensional, and I love it. And one of those ways that you are multidimensional is there are some things that you are just such a grump about. And this is an example of that.
I I am fully a curmudgeon and I'm aware of that.
Hey,
Okay.
what's keeping you alive?
Um, what is keeping me alive?
Looks wistfully. Literally, it was this. It was I asked the question and you went, what is keeping me alive?
Um,
Mm.
okay. I'm gonna say something that I learned this weekend that you will understand why this uniquely is keeping me alive. One of my dearest friends saw her this weekend and in a casual conversation, I mean, there is no casual conversation. She's just as intense as I am. I always say that she's actually the opposite side of your coin, that you two are the same coin, just opposite sides.
Hmm.
I truly, it's, and spending a weekend with her only further confirmed that. I was like, holy shit. It's, you guys literally just took different paths, but are the same fucking person. Um, and she was like, um, if anything ever tragically were to happen to my partner, you're the one who's moving in with me and taking care of me. And she was like, I haven't told you that yet, but now you know. That's your role
Now
when that,
you've been informed.
yeah, that's your role if that happens. And and this is a person who's in a very happy partnership that like it I can't even begin to fathom it. Um, but I was just like, this is why like why is that keeping me alive? I was like, oh my God, I'm important and I matter to some like that was the validation that is the kind of validation I'm looking for in life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Um, which is interesting because she has been, I mean, historically, when really gnarly things like death or violence near me has happened, she has been the one that I called
Mm.
and would just talk to me about it. And yeah, so,
Yeah.
but I never think of her as thinking of me. Like, she used to always be like, oh, I learned so much. I learned so much from you. And I'm like, that can't be right. Like, and you're the same way. I'm like, when you say things like that, like you find me funny or interesting, right? I'm like, that doesn't feel right. But so it's always very like shocking and satisfying to hear that
Mm.
especially for people like that. There are other people in my life that tell me all the time they need me, and I'm like, oh, of course you do.
Listen, I said this to Laura yesterday. I was like, it's just really hard for me to imagine a scenario where I'm in a relationship and I mostly talk about how I'm doing with the other person, but I actually have no idea how they're doing and they don't share anything with me, and I feel okay with that. I can't, it's
Mm-mm.
in any scenario other than like that person being my literal therapist.
Sure.
Um, and but a lot of people seem really comfortable
I know.
with that setup. And so that is a good point of reflection. I would encourage everyone to think about that. Is there mutuality? Is there a reciprocal sharing and emotional, I was going to say emotional intimacy, but intimacy is that requires a reciprocal sense of
Totally.
mutuality just by definition.
Totally.
So,
Oh, that's fine.
okay.
I forgot that I had my phone in my pocket and I was like, why is something tickling my side? My phone's going off. What's keeping you alive?
I mean, I was going to say my container garden on my porch, but your answer was way more interesting.
Hilarious.
Um, no, I am loving it this year because the neighbors have now gotten involved. And
Interesting.
I had peppers, I had lavender, I have basil, and then I had a few vacant pots that I like hadn't done anything with yet. And one of the neighbors texted me um a picture of her grocery bag and she had plants in it and she said, I got some celery and strawberries at the store. Can I plant them? And I was like, yeah, I've got extra pots out there. So now we've got celery and strawberries. And I'd been looking for strawberry plants, but none of the stores that I've been going to have had them.
Oh, bummer.
And the toddler really wants strawberries. So I was gonna have to venture out. But the neighbor found them and she planted them. So we've now got a full porch garden going.
I love that.
And we've had so much rain that it's like really going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, fresh strawberries are just the fucking best, dude.
I know. They never grow super big on our plant on the porch, but it is fun just to like, they have a couple of the little blossoms on them now. So I was trying to explain to the toddler, like, look, this is going to be a strawberry,
Yeah.
um, which is also just fun and adorable. Having the kids
Love
get
that.
really excited about the plants. So yeah.
Um, I'm all of my instincts right now are like sad that I'm not seeing your porch garden, but that's okay. I'm gonna be a brave little toaster about that. But I am very happy for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I thought about Aldi had like this really cool like tall planter that's pretty simple to build that was like 3 by 2 or something.
Yeah.
I thought about getting it and putting it on the parking pad out back. Um,
Yeah.
and then I had a conversation with myself about how we're struggling with commitment to things right now. So maybe we just don't get something that's going to require commitment. And
I cannot even tell you how fucking relatable like every step of that is for me. I just 8 times a day.
yeah,
Uh,
oh my God, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna have all this, I'm gonna be growing shit. I can like update people on my stuff I'm growing and like making fresh shit out of it. And I'm like, you literally forgot to get your CSA last week. Like, I don't think this is a good idea. You quit art class. Like,
I mean, I love the summary of we're already struggling with commitment to things right now. But it just literally is like, well, maybe it's like me every time I go to the store and I'm like, ooh, look, pretty journals.
God, I know
Maybe this is the journal that I'll
this
finally
is the
use
one that's gonna inspire me.
and not this one or this one
Oh,
or this one.
well, and like, I mean, this is how I am with
This
space.
one's so cute though.
That is really cute. Also, I would like to point out, I think that you use journals more than most people in this era.
Well, I've forced myself because I've said I can't, I'm not allowing myself to buy more journals until I use up the ones I have.
until there's a laughing goal.
Fuck you. You're right. And I hate that.
I have like I started a new journal before finishing another one, and I still am like, what's going on here? What are we doing? Why like what are we doing?
I
And
mean,
like I get it. The reason I did it is because it has a slot that I can put a pen on. So I don't have to carry a bag. I can just carry the notebook with the, you know.
well, that's so you. I like, of course.
I'm just like, what are we doing? Because then like I'm trying to work on this set and I'm like, oh, you know what? I think that joke that you wrote like several months ago probably works. Go find the other journal that you filled halfway full. Like, what the fuck?
Dude.
Um, anyway, okay, I could keep talking forever, but I technically do have to go. I
Ugh.
so
Go be
stupid.
a grown up with a job, whatever.
Seeing boundaries. Anyway, loser, loser, double loser, as if, whatever. Get the picture, duh.
More soon.
Of course.